Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Facebookers, YouTubers, Mountaineers, we're sticking with it. If you guys come up with something better than that, we'll do it. Today, I'm very excited because it is our first non-hip-hop, non-rap group to have on here. I'm very excited. It's an awesome local punk rock group. It is the Scabby Ghouls. We have Denise and Louie. We don't have all the other members. It's part of a band is trying to get everybody together is almost impossible, especially local bands. I think you guys can definitely agree on that. Probably rehearsal is probably a pain in the butt sometimes, let alone doing shows.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a very good episode, very, very different feel this time around. So I'm super excited. Perfect timing. It's October.
Yeah.
What better time than to have Scabby Ghouls drop by? I mean, we're filming October 1st. This will drop in probably about a week or two. I'm going to push it ahead of the other guys just because it fits the theme. So, I like to always start off. Where are you guys from? Where'd you grow up?
Here we're both natives of Omaha.
Okay.
Lived here my whole life.
Yeah, me too.
So.
All right. What school did you guys go to?
Millard North is where I graduated. Yeah, high school.
Yeah, both of us. It's where we met.
Yeah.
Oh, high school sweethearts.
Kind of.
Sort
yeah.
of.
We were just kind of in similar social circles. We kind of saw each other, but we didn't really know that much about each other till way later. So.
That's funny because I was good friends with my wife's older brother in high school.
Oh.
And so we semi kind of knew each other. And then 10 years later we meet and
That's exactly our story.
we've been married 13 years now.
That's great.
So it's just weird. I find that funny because it's this exact same situation where we knew each other. We weren't really friends. But
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
next thing, because it was like, her last name was Hill. And then she was like, yeah, I got a brother Blake. And I'm like, are
I
you
know.
Sarah Hill? And I was like, oh, small world.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's cool. And there I say I silence it, and I don't. But I don't know why my wife was calling. Awesome.
That's a nice ringtone, though. I like it.
It's hers. It
Oh yeah.
makes it easy to ignore. Sorry, Sarah. I love you. I'm just kidding. So then you guys went to high school together, kind of. Were you guys in separate bands before you became a band together, or how did that work out?
I didn't. Louie was. He was in another band, a few, I think. But I kind of started to play the guitar with the idea that we would start a band together.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I played clarinet like in, middle school band or something, but didn't really have any experience with guitar until I was probably about 25 or something. And then my goal was really be okay enough that you can be in a band and not embarrass yourself on stage, basically. And so that was kind of a good motivator. I think it's a good, if you want to learn guitar or an instrument, I say that's a good way to do it, is like book a show and then you have no choice but to be decent enough to not be an embarrassment. Like it worked for me.
Simplest thing is don't be afraid to hop on stage, I guess. I mean, because it's only going to make you get better,
Right.
because that stage fright and the judgment of some of them wonderful people out there that are so nice when they talk about new people beginning music. Like, don't let them guys really determine how bad you do. But like she said, just practice enough to where you think you don't suck.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's awesome to hear. That it's because I'm really big into couples that are together in the business, and I've had a couple artists where the wives do like their label designs and they do all the printing and make their shirts for them and stuff. So it's kind of cool that you guys are actually in the band together.
Yeah.
What instruments do you play?
I play guitar. I'm the rhythm guitarist.
Okay.
And then Louie plays lead guitar. He's the shreddy boy. He shreds.
So again, go look these guys up. I'm guaranteeing you're gonna fall in love with Knife Fight. That is a very, very fun song, very energetic song, and I hope one day to get to see it performed. I have yet to see you guys live. In fact, how I met the Scabby Ghouls is just randomly. I have all kinds of artists on my Facebook page. I just add them, to add them. and I dropped a drop your Bandcamp link and I'll buy your discography, and Denise dropped it in there, and I bought every song that was on Bandcamp. And like I tell you guys, Bandcamp's the best way for you guys to make money. They tend to want to feed you guys. They pay you a little more than pennies on the dollar for it, and I'm a big fan. You can download it in all kinds of different formats. It's very user friendly, so I'm really big into Bandcamp. And when somebody tells you drop your Bandcamp link, drop it. I mean, I shelled out like $250 that day, you know, just because I was spoiling people. I didn't. Well, and then I screwed up and didn't realize some of these guys had a $87 discography.
Yikes.
But you know, it's support, and it's well worth it to me. You know, because again, it gets me to learn new music. Like, I'm not, sorry to disappoint you guys, hip hop and rap is not my favorite genre of music. Sorry guys, it's definitely not my favorite. I like it a lot, but I'm more of, you know, a metal fan. I grew up with Manson, Korn, stuff like that. That's definitely my cup of tea. Tight Eyes, Grateful Dead, Neil Young, stuff like that. So it's always a pleasure when I get to come across local rock bands, because again, there's just a little more to it when it's everybody knows I love guitars, and this guy is awesome. Like, I haven't seen him live, but from what I've heard, it's very, very, very spectacular, especially coming from Omaha. I'm a huge Tommy Bolin fan. If you're a guitarist, you probably know Tommy Bolin.
Yeah.
My uncle actually grew up with him, and so I have a huge connection to Tommy Bolin, so I have a huge affinity towards the guitar.
Yeah,
Just because I grew up listening to Tommy Bolin my whole life. In fact, I just bought my dad, for mowing my yard because my broken thumb, Tommy Bolin's last live recording on vinyl.
Oh, neat.
Which
I heard him a lot growing up. My best friend's dad was super into him, so I've listened to him since I was a kid.
and I find that a lot when I kind of just bullshit with a lot of the local guitarists here, that Tommy Bolin's a big influence on him, because if you guys don't know who Tommy Bolin is, he makes a guitar sing, and he was a self-taught guitarist. He basically learned to play Not to Suck too.
Right.
You know, he was not taught in instruments by any ways, just picked it up and played. So that's really cool. So there we answered one of my questions about an influence for him, and it's Tommy Bolin. Nice. What other guitar influences do you guys have?
I feel like the band is influenced by the Misfits and the Dead Kennedys musically. Old school 80s punk sound, but then also
Bit of the Dead Milkman in there.
yeah, but also Dick Dale, like surf guitar.
I was gonna say, it seems very surfy,
Yeah,
but punk and surf go together very well.
yeah,
You know,
Right.
yeah.
Which
So-
was, I think, kind of a surprise. Like, we didn't.
think it would.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we knew we wanted to do punk in some way, but like, we didn't really have any specific genre that we were trying to adhere to. But it just kind of worked out to be kind of like lighthearted horror music. So it's not. Yeah, we call it spooky punk.
Yeah,
'cause
like-
it's not quite horror punk. It's a little campy.
Yeah, it's not like a horrorcore punk or nothing.
Right. Like,
but
we're not that serious.
it's like B movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is and again, I'm a big fan of B movies.
Totally.
Mikey Taylor, one of my favorite guys in Omaha, Bro Retreat, does a lot with like Tromaville. Smoke Breaks done Tromaville's Sloppy Seconds music video and stuff. So, Foul Uprising right there was a campy little horror movie made by Sam Roca and Kevin Hockseeder. That it was just an awesome thing. They had a little screening of it. So that's one thing that's really cool about your music, is I can actually play it for my kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the most violent is Knife Fight, you know?
Right.
And it's still a fun one. It's still like a good party vibe song to where you can play it and just have fun with it. And that's really cool, because some of your guys' music I can't play with my kids. I'm sorry, but it's really hard to with, like, some of that horrorcore stuff is very, very, very horror and very, very graphic. And your guys' stuff, like, I was playing it for my wife and kids earlier today, and they were really getting into it. My daughter got very excited when she was like, does the girl play guitar too? And I was like, I'm pretty sure she is. And I said, I'll find out which guitar it is.
Yeah.
I said, because I see her with pictures of guitar. I said, I just haven't seen them live, so I don't know what her position is. I said, I know she's the singer. I said, we'll find out. And
Yep.
we're fine. She was very into it. She plays violin and stuff.
Cool.
She wanted a piano during the COVID thing, and I found one that somebody was giving away for free, and she just went out there and started playing notes and has gotten really good at the piano. She's my retirement ticket.
There you go.
Like, you know, that's what I'm hoping for. And that's one thing, like, I like doing this because she gets to see different artists and people come in, and it's really important for me, for her to see that everybody can do it.
Yeah.
So that way she knows she can do it. Because if you think, oh, you got to have money or you got to be this certain way to get it, it's like, look at everybody that's come in and does it, and then even if you don't make $1 million, you're still enjoying it, still having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We both have regular jobs, you know.
I've yet to meet an artist that does this full time.
Right.
You know, even the ones that are doing decent numbers still don't do it full time. I mean, we got a couple guys in town that are full timers, but
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm not, you know, really that concerned with it. I just do this because I love it.
and then that seems to be a resounding theme of every one of my artists here, and I'm so proud to support guys like you that do it because you love it. That's the important part about independent artists, is you're not having a label pressuring you to put out a bunch of music you don't want to do because you have to hit a contracted number of songs.
Right.
You're not getting pushed to the point where you guys get burnt out, so you still enjoy doing it. How long have you guys been a band?
We started in 2017, so just about 4 years.
All right, cool.
A little over 4 years.
I was going to say, I think the latest single I seen on Spotify was 2018, 2019, something like that.
I think it was
2019
2019.
when we put out the record, and
Yeah.
we're probably like 75% done recording our second one.
Nice.
Right.
So it should be out early next year, hopefully.
And again, guys, rock albums and punk albums are a little different than doing a rap album. Kind of harder to make your instrumentals,
Yeah, and,
so to speak.
Obviously, the pandemic slowed us down a lot on accomplishing it. It's definitely delayed the release.
Pandemic did a lot of things, you wonderful.
Yeah.
I guess it did some cool things, because one of the artists in town, Sam Roca, was doing live from Studio C, where he invited artists in from all over Omaha to come and perform on his Twitch channel and stuff. And I met a lot of cool artists through that way, and that was really cool.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
not just like rap artists, but they had like a Darth, like punk rap guy, Brad
Cool.
Sabbath, and he's just dope. And I was really glad to have seen him through there. One day I'll get him here. Bodes is another real cool dude that's more like techno, vibey kind of thing versus rap,
Right on.
which, I mean, Comatose just opens up to a lot.
The guy where we are recording is actually, he does like live streams.
Yeah.
Because he's got basically the full studio set up. So he'll just have bands come in and basically play.
Where's that at?
That's Anytime Studios with Doug Decker. So that's who we recorded our last album with. But they recently moved. They have like a whole new space where they spent a ton of money and really invested into it. And it's really impressive. I mean, they took what was essentially just an empty garage and turned it into like a full studio. And it's got
Nice.
Yeah, it's got separate booths for vocals, and he's got all kinds of gear. And I highly recommend Anytime Studios if you need to record anything.
And again,
Very nice.
a rock recording studio is just a hair different than some of your guys' studios in your basement with a closet and some egg foam and a nylon sock over a mic. It does. See, these guys totally understand the concept of paying for quality studio time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's very nice. He has very nice equipment available for you to use, but it also is affordable. It's not.
Right.
Yeah. It's
It's pretty modestly priced.
you guys all think that sometimes these studios are gonna rake you for $1,000 or something. You know, you just call, ask them, and trust me, if you think $100 is too pricey, go in there and try it out for $100 and see what you come out with. One song. Go in there prepared, come out with one song, and do it to the song you did at home, and you'll be there's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys. Who was that again?
Anytime Studios.
Anytime Studios. Good
Yeah.
plug for these guys. Go
Yeah.
go check them out. Where do they do their live streams at?
They just record in the studio, so he's got everything set up with a bunch of cameras.
Where does he stream them at, though? Is it on
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On, I think on Facebook.
on Facebook?
Yeah.
So check it out on Facebook, guys. Good place to look up live streams. And he's based out of Plattsmouth.
Yep.
We had a couple artists come up from Plattsmouth. In fact, Hellfire Entertainment is based out of Plattsmouth. They're the ones that put all this together and did it all, and it's my umbrella. Shout out Scoops and Mischief. I love you guys. They're the ones putting on my benefit show for me for my motorcycle accident, for my medical bills, because the guy drove off and left me there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. But yeah, they're great people out of Plattsmouth. So see guys, it's not just Omaha, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, there's Michael has a nice studio down there, Showalter. I'm helping him build it once I get my thumb back. I'm so sorry, Michael. I did not mean to break my thumb before I finished your studio. He's been waiting for this thing forever, and then I got in that accident, and now I feel bad about it. But he's had plumbing problems, so maybe it was a good thing I didn't finish.
Timed out, yeah.
Any upcoming shows we should know about?
No, unfortunately, we had a couple booked, but then they got canceled. We were opening for national acts, but because of the Delta virus, they postponed them until next year. So I think we're just going to take the opportunity to finish the record and try to do a music video for the first single off of it. We'll probably play again in the spring.
I think so, yeah.
Unless
We
get
usually...
really-
unless a show pops up that we just can't say no to. But typically in the winter, it kind of winds down a little bit, and we focus more on working on new stuff and just practicing and kind of
Climb inside while it's cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Who wants to be lugging gear when it's snowy and slushy?
And that's the other thing. These guys lug a lot of stuff without roadies.
Yeah.
So open the door for the guys when you see them coming through with their guitar case and amps and shit. Don't be that dick that walks right past them.
Right.
Like
Or just get out of the way.
I seen that a couple Saturdays ago at a suicide prevention. I was like, dude, you really just... And I just was like, God dang you. You guys are dicks. Like, I mean, you hold the door for the old lady, don't you? Like, come on, these guys, that shit's heavy.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your kind of wants to form a band together?
Oh, well,
Like you said, you just kind of, you weren't part of a band.
right.
And you already had been part of them. So what kind of made you guys decide that you wanted to do it together?
I was listening to some punk rock records that I listened to in high school one day, and Denise really liked them and was like, man, this sounds fun. You know, I would really like to start a band. And so we went and got her a guitar and started a band maybe 6 months after that. You know, it's, I've been in bands on and off since I was young, and I've always loved doing it. And, you know, I was excited. She was excited about it and wanted to, you know, start a band to give her a chance to do her thing and give me a chance to play this music again too, because I've mostly done heavy metal outside of that. I was in punk bands when I was younger, but yeah, just something fun to do together, you know.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's definitely, because it is fun music.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like it reminds me a lot like Scooby-Doo-ish.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
and it's just very fun. Again, like I said, with that Scooby-Doo-ish feel, you can feel the surf in it, you feel the punk in it, and it's just really cool vibes. And I'm really glad I found you guys. I'm so glad you dropped that Bandcamp link, because it's been real fun listening to your music. You're working on your second album. When did your first album drop? 2019?
Yeah.
Did that do just digital, or did you do physicals of that?
We have physical copies.
Yeah, we've got physical copies
Yeah,
as well.
And I'll be picking me up one of them.
We have a distribution account that puts it wherever music's available. You can find it on iTunes or
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah,
anywhere.
definitely. Go look
Wherever
them
you
up
like.
on Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, Bandcamp, Spotify.
You can
For
listen
sure.
to it for free as well on Bandcamp and YouTube.
Yep.
I just want it to be available. If
Yeah.
you want to buy it, that's great.
We just want
but-
people to hear it. We don't really
Listen to it, and
we
again,
don't really care
guys,
if we make any money off it. Just listen to it. Have fun.
enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Look for some shows coming up from these guys, because I've been digging this music. I can't wait to just pump this out all day on Halloween when the kids come up on the porch. I'm just going to leave it on repeat and take the kids trick-or-treating, and then they're going to listen to that.
That was our goal, basically.
You know,
Yeah.
that's you guys have created our new Halloween music for the day.
That's
So
kind of what we were going for,
Because
honestly.
I have some spooky music, but again, some of the lyrics and content in it is
a
not
little too much.
kid friendly at all, and then the kid friendly stuff is just really boring.
Right.
And your guys' is a perfect medium. And then it's just, who doesn't like fun punk rock? I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about your other two members that aren't here, because there's 4 of you, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So we're missing the drummer and the bassist, it sounds like.
Yes. Yep.
Let's give them guys a shout out. I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, shout out to Nathan Christensen and Clayton Goliath Pace, 2 best band members we could ask for. Clay's done a lot of amazing bands, Supermoon, and Frankenstein, Bastardized, and Nathan Christensen's been in a bunch of bands too, Rift and Bitch Dust. Yeah, we have a really excellent rhythm section, good friends. I've known.
They're great.
Yeah, I've known
Very
Clay
reliable.
for a long time, and I've known Nate for several years now, and
Clay actually, his band and Frankenstein, which is not together anymore, but they actually played our wedding reception.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because our wedding theme was basically like a high school Halloween dance. So
Oh,
we had,
nice.
So we had our ceremony quick, got it out of the way, and then we had like a couple regular kind of, we had our first dance, and then we played a lot of Prince, I think, because we both love Prince. But then after maybe an hour or so, we had like a show essentially. So we had a bunch of bands play the reception. It was kind of like a little concert, so that was really fun.
That's dope.
the
Yeah.
Shitty-Its and the Clincher.
Yeah, the Shitty-Its.
Shitty-Its.
They are.
Louis Big Shoes.
Yeah, they're
I-
our favorite.
One day
local
I'll
band,
try
I'd
to
say.
talk them guys into coming
They're so
on.
great.
It's
I think they've got a podcast too, if I'm not.
they do.
Yeah.
They
if I'm
do,
not
and
mistaken.
there's been a couple times they've threatened to break up, and
Yeah.
I love them guys. They were one of the first local punk bands I've seen, and
Yeah.
over at what the hell was it called? It was before it was Reverb, or not Reverb. Lookout.
The Hideout.
Oh,
The Hideout, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Those were the days
It wasn't
when-
Shea O'Reilly's, but it was the Hideout was
Yeah.
the one between the two. So I remember seeing them a couple times there, and they opened for one of them. They actually opened for a nerdcore rap concert of mine, which I thought was
Cool.
awesome. It was MC Lars and Mega Ran, which was really cool, and I like that. Them and they opened with the Super Bites.
Oh yeah, they're great. Oh, they were
Like,
great.
I don't know what happened to them. I
I
miss
just
you
know they're not
guys.
playing anymore.
Like
but
them.
They
them
were
chi-
so fun though.
That chiptune pop music was the best.
It was
like,
so unique. Really,
it was such a cool, unique,
Right.
and like
that 8-bit sound.
yeah,
like, it just-
and then he had his little Game Boy up there and stuff
Right.
when he was doing it.
Yeah.
It was come
I think-
back,
I
please
think
give
we
us.
played
We
with
deserve
them.
some
Yeah,
fun
we
we
stuff.
played a show with them once, I think, at the Forte.
Yeah.
When that-
And Brandon was the other guitarist.
Yeah.
Brandon Hahn. I've known him since I was like 14. We went to high school together.
Awesome.
Yeah, they were great though.
Yeah.
Super fun.
See, this is why I like these interviews. We get to talk about other bands and bring them up to you guys, and you guys go look them up. Super Bites Charizard is an awesome song. I'm telling you guys, you'll love
so
it.
good.
If you wanted to hear chiptune, that's some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to talk some of these local guys into doing it because they have that kind of 80s vibe style to them. And I'm like, guys, get into this chiptune. Sam Roca started messing with it on that album there, but nobody as much as Super Bites. But that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
cool that you guys fall back into the Shitty-Its and all that. That's just
Yeah.
another one of my big local ones that I really liked was the Fonzarellas.
Oh
Yeah.
You know, how do you
Totally.
not?
Yeah, no, I was a huge fan of the Fonzarellas as
Like-
a teenager. That was they were a big inspiration for me. Like I was like I want to be like these guys. That was kind of what got me started.
Shout out Keith.
Doing bands
Yeah.
was seeing the Fonzarellas at the Ranch Bowl. I thought they were so fucking cool.
Them and Noise Wave has really got me into local music. Clever. I mean, there's a couple of them, but
Yeah, I was like.
but the
16.
Fonzarellas and Noise Wave were my two that, and I think hip hop and punk really go hand in hand a lot together.
Absolutely.
And so to me, those were always my two favorite bands, and I've always treated them like rock stars, even though they're just local guys. But it was just their energy
Yeah.
and the way they
Yeah.
performed that, you know, you would think they were at Madison Square Garden or something.
Right.
And that's awesome. That's so cool, because my next kind of question was if he had any local inspirations, and now we got to it.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Fonzarellas. Yes.
Yeah, we liked them. Man Down. I used to go see Vernaculus all the time.
I've never seen Anchondo.
Yeah, Anchondo,
Anchondo.
They were great.
Grasshopper Takeover.
Grasshopper Takeover.
Yes.
Oh man, that takes me back.
See, I like my conversations with artists my age, guys. I love you young guys.
Yeah. Oh,
We
But-
old, yeah.
But when you talk, well, we're not old, but mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, perfect. And you 21-year-olds and talking about crap, I have no idea what you're referencing. I'm stuck in the late 90s, early 2000s. Sorry, guys. Like, I have not grown out of that.
I never will.
Why will you?
I mean, other than my parents' music and I guess a couple newer things, but most of that's always going to be my go-to music. I mean,
Totally.
it's just our age. Like, we had the Ranch Bowl was probably the coolest local scene.
Yep.
And I think cats our age and a little older, I think that's why we so embrace the local scene and like it a lot, because we grew up with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think now it was lacking for a few years, but now it's starting to grow back better and stuff. And like Murder House is a good metal band I like to go see every once in a while. I haven't heard anything from them since pre-COVID though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
COVID kind of messed up, especially for these bands, guys. That's also another important reason why I know they want you to just listen to their music, but it's important to buy it from these guys because their production does cost a bit more than most other people's production. These instruments, strings, guitars, picks, drumsticks are not cheap, you know, especially if you want quality.
Right.
And if you like their music and you want them to continue to give us fun things like this, we have to support you guys. And it's very important to support you guys because you give back more to us than a national act does. Again,
Yeah,
93,000 of you jackasses went to Garth Brooks for what? You know what I mean? Like, there were so many good shows that Saturday, and so many of you people spent a fortune on a guy that made so much money off you. He canceled his tour afterwards and said, record sales, we're done. I can't. Everything after that's going to be an embarrassment because you Nebraskans.
It's definitely an expensive hobby. Like I'm happy when we make some money, but it's all it does is mitigate costs somewhat, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
and then that's the thing. These guys don't even make money. I'm telling you, they break even and barely. And the whole point is let's keep helping them break even so they keep wanting to do it.
Right.
Because I've seen some guys get so flustered that they're just constantly losing money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when they make good money and people are listening to it and they continually support that way, but then nothing coming in. It does
Right. It
bring
adds
it.
up.
It takes a toll on you guys.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not saying shower these guys with millions of dollars, but
I mean,
you
unless
know,
you want to. And then,
yeah, you know, hey, you want to
If you
cash
feel like
app
it,
them,
we won't
cash
say
app
no.
them.
yeah. And
Facebook pay, you know, anything helps, guys. Because I'm telling you, these guys, it is an expensive hobby, and if you encourage them to keep doing it, then we keep getting fun albums like this. And I'm really stoked to hear you guys are working on a second one.
yeah.
And
Wait.
you heard it. You got a music video idea coming, so this is going to be some fun stuff, guys. And you know, it's especially when it comes to the rock scene. It's a very, very expensive habit. Amps aren't cheap. Microphones aren't cheap. I mean, you know, some of you guys can download beats off of YouTube and rap over them and complain about not. How do you think it feels when you put all the time in it? I mean, go through 20 guitar strings on an album and tell me how cheap that was. Not to
Right.
mention hours you put into it.
Yeah.
You know, you guys make an hourly wage. When it comes to the art, you should put a tag on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I look at it. I'm not saying you gotta go out and be showering them, but don't be a tightwad, guys. I see you guys spending money on Taco Bell that you really hate. Scabby Ghouls is definitely worth more than a Gordito. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and we try to. Any money that we make goes right back into the band. I mean, so we use it for merch. We try to release new shirts as often as we can. Stuff that's exciting that people want. So it's not just the same thing.
And you
So-
guys know how I feel about the merch game.
Yeah.
See, that's why it's important. You buy merch, they reinvest it, and once
Yep.
they know they break even on merch, then that's when artists start tending to do a little bit of giveaways and,
Yep.
hey, you buy 2 tickets, I'll give you a free shirt.
Right.
Stuff like that, you know, and it's very important just to show you guys it's worth a little something other than just listening to.
Right.
You know, I mean, if people would have done this, maybe Van Gogh wouldn't have cut his ear off. Who knows? You know, maybe you'll save an ear, guys, you know.
Maybe.
But I think most of the time people support after it's too late.
Right.
You know, and you want to be on the bandwagon before it becomes popular, guys. Because trust me, they make it big. They'll remember their couple of super fans from home. Why do you think 311 did that to us? Because nobody at home supported them. They blew up other places and disappeared. You guys hate 311, but that's what happened. No hometown support. Went elsewhere. Now they blow up and, ooh, they're from Omaha. Well, their support wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they moved to California. That's where their fan base was.
Right.
So I'm telling you, you guys weren't good acts to stay here. Treat them like it.
Yeah, totally.
So I kind of like to wrap up with a few fun questions.
Okay.
One of them is, if you guys had 3 artists you could work with for a dream collab, whether it be a producer, a drummer, a singer, what 3 artists would you guys pick? I'll let you do it individually since you don't have to. I don't want to create a spouse fight.
Oh, gee.
I'll go with Eric Rutan as my engineer, and Zach Wild on guitar,
Yes.
and King ISO for some sick rhymes.
Hometown hero, King ISO.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See that, guys? Even rock goes back to rap sometimes. I like that.
I honestly don't know. I think probably my 3 bandmates are the best choice. I mean,
Now
we
that
gel,
one I like a lot.
we get along real well, and I don't know, they're my team.
That's how you can tell she's only been in one band.
Right?
No, but that's a great answer. I actually like that. You're the only one out of a whole list to have said the people she works with. That's really dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. I really like
I
that.
mean, I know they're cool. I mean, who knows what?
You're like,
what
I already
else is
know
out
what
there.
we do, and we're only doing better.
Right.
That's awesome. Then what would... So if you guys got stuck listening to one song, not necessarily on repeat, but it's the only song, if you push play or turned on a radio or a commercial played and it was the background song, it's always this song.
Mm-hmm.
What song would it be?
For me, it's a song called Resonance by an artist named Home, and it's basically just like synthwave. So it's very chill, but there's like I've listened to this song I don't even know how many times, but it's just like I hope it's what plays like as the credits roll when the world ends, because I think it's just such a such a great song, and it's just like super chill, but something about it, I don't know, just takes me somewhere else. There's no lyrics, it's just like instrumental synth music, and I love it. Yeah.
I'll go with Can't You Hear Me Knocking by the Rolling Stones.
Can't you hear me knocking at your back door?
Yeah.
So, I gotta always shout this out now because some asshole had to ask the question back. Thanks, Silent Chico. Mine's always gonna be "I Ran So Far" by Flock of Seagulls.
Oh yeah, good
I mean,
choice.
that's just gonna be. I'm an '80s kid.
We love the
and
80s. Yeah.
That's just gonna always be my choice.
Yeah. I
Can't
wish they
help
play
it.
more 80s on the radio. It's not enough. They play it,
I'm
like,
really sad
sometimes.
that it's on KGOR.
Yeah.
Like they started playing New Kids on the Block and stuff on there.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife and said, "Oh, Step by Step." She's like, "It's on KGR." I said, "There's no reason for this to be on there just yet." like I'm not that old.
I remember the first time I heard like Alanis Morissette and No Doubt at the grocery store not long ago. I was like,
Oh my God. Where am I?
You know,
What year is it?
when you're starting to really hear ska as the background music to keep people calm, you're like,
Wow.
"This is not right. This is like I should be dancing, not grocery shopping."
Right.
Yeah, I think it was the Mighty Boss Tones I heard the other day, and I was just like, "Get out of here! Like this should not be playing here."
I love them.
It's
Hell yeah.
it's a fun thing. So my final question we like to wrap up with: 7 words or less. What do you guys want to do with your music?
Make people happy and dance. We love when they dance.
Kick ass and have fun.
We don't take it super serious. We're just trying to make people have a good time and have a fun Friday or Saturday out. Like, we just
See
want to
that, guys?
facilitate the party vibes.
You can do music and still have fun. Some of you guys want to be serious, and that's definitely nothing wrong with that. But you can also be here just to have fun. And look, I have fun listening to it. I mean, I don't know if they ever thought they'd be on an interview for a podcast from just doing fun music, but it's well worth putting out what you guys want to do. I'm telling you. Like, don't let people tell you can't do it.
Right.
You guys come up with an idea, you ran with it, you're doing a hell of a good job with it. Like,
Thank you.
it's an awesome thing to listen to, and I'm super stoked to see you guys for a show sooner or later. We do have a really awesome concert series going on through November through Hellfire Entertainment. It's free for the artists to perform. They give you tickets to sell. It's a mix of like metal, punk rock, and rap. They're booking Wednesday nights.
Right
Something you're interested in, I'll hook you up with the information afterwards.
Right.
It's always something worth looking into.
Sure.
You know, it's at the Omaha Lounge. It's a jazz club.
Okay.
Real nice place. Actually set up
Yeah.
for bands.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been a real Omaha Lounge. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. I know you were real leery at first, kind of about letting local hip hop come in, but they've just opened the doors to us wonderfully, and I think they've been pretty happy with the turnouts there. And so yeah, this Hellfire Entertainment series coming up, guys. You guys got to check it out. We got heavy metal bands, punk bands, rap shows, hip hop. We got guys coming in from Carnage from Minneapolis is coming in
Sweet.
and doing Antifo, and that's going to be a fun time. Like, they're working just a bunch of stuff just to, you know, get people out there that don't necessarily always get a chance to perform,
Right.
and you know, it's just fun times. But on that, I do really want to thank you guys for being the very first rock band, punk rock band, surf band, instrumental band on the Mountain Dew Review.
Thank you.
And
Yeah. Thank you so much.
oh, I officially declare the Scabby Ghouls. Even the two we're missing, Mr. Bassist and drummer. I know it's hard to get you guys together, but you guys are officially tramp stamp approved. All right.